What it do? I'm sitting outside and I want to give y'all a review for Digging Up the Marrow. It's a movie that's on Hulu. Um, One of the lead stars is doing like Adam Green. He's a horror director. He is, let's see, his movies were Hatchet, the Hatchet series. He also did Frozen and a couple other projects, but I remember him from Hatchet. And that's the Hatchet is good. I love Hatchet. Um, it also has Ray Wise. Ray Wise. He's a old like an old school character actor. You may remember him from Twin Peaks. He's been in everything. One of my favorites. And the way they filmed it is like almost like a mockumentary. Adam Green is playing himself, and Ray Wise is playing what's his name? Drucker. It's Decker. Basically, he's saying it's a Boston cop, and he has sent Adam Green this notebook full of these letters and pictures of these weird ass monstrous looking ass people with deformities. And so what Adam decided he gonna do is basically do a documentary of the dude. See what he talking about. At first he was like, it's an old ass dude that, he probably think that motherfucker crazy, little onset of motherfucking dementia, all the timers and all that motherfucking shit. And so I guess it's a form of humor in him. So him and his cameraman, they go find the dude, they meet him up, and in the house that he's in, that the Drucker dude house is in, is nothing but boxes labeled with different cities, years, and all that stuff. Notebooks, pictures, and like all the different pictures of the creatures and shit that he gives names. And the artwork of the motherfucking monsters are every fucking thing. They are so good. They look scary as the fuck. They look real motherfucking scary. And so, get back. Talking to the dog. But, so, let's see. I done watched this a couple of times. I ain't gonna try to do a long review. I'm just, at least see if I can do it under 15 minutes. And I'm just gonna point out the key things. So, they go to where it's basically like in this forest, but it's near a cemetery. And basically what Dreca is saying is that it's people that have all these deformities, these monstrous deformities. They look like monsters. And so with the people that don't want them and all that stuff, like they chunk them away, chuck them aside and all that stuff, but they survive. And they basically live in this underground metropolis, what he calls the Marrow. And his thing, like, he been watching looking out for watching these mugs since for years. And the way he acts through the whole movie, it's more than just him. His curiosity is piqued. It seems like he's trying to find somebody. It seems like he lost somebody. Maybe he lost his kid or something like that. Maybe his kid got snatched. Maybe his kid has become part of the Marrow or some shit like that. That's what I would say, because he's very fucking serious. And so they go looking out and all this stuff, trying to find. And, homeboy Adam, he like trying to joke or whatever and all that stuff. And, pacifying the old dude and stuff like that. But that shit quickly changed when that one night they just looking at they in the woods, and there's this spot on the ground where this hole at, with the old dude talking about that's where the monsters come out of. And so they go and they wait and all that stuff like that at night, and something happened. The cameraman like turn his camera, he had that light on and the flash, and then you see the first fucking monster. When I first saw that son bitch, I hollered. I was a screaming bitch. The motherfucker, he He looked like the Cabbage Patch Kid that got with the Elephant Man, and they popped out babies. His head was like overly big, and it was all different kind of, I don't want to say swords, but it looked like big old keloids around his face and everything. And it was pasty white and shit. And so, saw his first monster. That was it for Adam. Adam's like, yo, I found a monster. And then him was like, he always believed that was monsters. I always like, even when his little kid, instead of being scared of monsters, he go look under the bed and see, see where they at. Hey, monsters, where you at? Here I am, show yourself. And all that stuff. And this was like, do you believe in that certain shit? Me? I believe in that stuff. I believe there are monsters. I believe that other entities and all that stuff around it, that what we just see for our own eyes. And so, let's see what else happened. He goes shows like his editor, and then they get Homeboy that played Jason, and a lot of Jason movies try to show him, and they thinking like, okay, special effects and all that stuff. Whoever doing that practical special effects, that body work, they know what the fuck they doing. And Adam like, no, it's not that. That's real. That's a real fucking monster. But they don't fucking believe him or whatnot. So he goes later on. So what they do, they decide to put up cameras all through the motherfucking forest. And one night, the editor checks the cameras and stuff like that, and basically sees Drucker. He is going to where the spot is, where the marrow hole is at. And he's like going to each camera, and he's like turning it off. But he goes to the hole, and it look like he got a spoon or something, and you wonder, is he like feeding? What is he feeding something, or trying to dig something out, or yada 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 yada. And so back at the house, like when they were first meeting, he had this one door that was chain closed and all that stuff. And even when Adam was like, "Yo, what's up in there?" Drucker quickly grabbed that motherfucker in the tight hole. He said, you don't go in there. So I was feeling like, okay, what you got in there? So you got one of the Marrow monsters up in there. That's what it is. And so I ain't trying to skip too much, but a lot of it was like dragging. Okay. So Adam is at this horror con and all that stuff, and he's talking to one of the great horror writers and directors and all that stuff, and talking about I'm working with this dude, yada yada yada. And the other dude was just bringing up, that sounds like this dude that tried to sell me some story about some monsters in the subway area, so subterranean there, and he go and get another fucking director. Now that director, I remember him. His name is Mike something. I can't remember. But he was the director. He did the whole it was a horror series like some 7 or 8 years ago. Did like all these different horror directors, they do the 1 hour videos, 1 hour movies and shit like that. It had Landis did the Dear Woman. One of them did Jennifer, that ugly bitch. One did The Dream Child, and one did Cigarette Burns with Norman Reedus in it. And so he basically said like, what? And when he pulled Homeboy, that other dude, that Mike dude, told him, you can see Adam's face just drop. He's like, oh fuck. Like that nigga embarrassed like a son of a bitch. And they basically like cracked up like, no, bro, you ain't got hood wing like that. You ain't, I know good darn well you ain't messing with him and stuff like that, working with him. And so they basically saying that member trying to get in contact with every goddamn horror director, writer since forever. And so Adam he feel played, he feel this, he feel that, and he goes meet up with Drucker and all that stuff. And Drucker, tells him that I reached out to you because you on the outside, you independent, you out the box, you don't think like you ain't a sheep and all that motherfucking shit. So Adam decided he gonna go to Boston and find out more about Drucker. Cause basically what he knows is what was told to him. He went to Boston, go there, try to talk to this police officer or lieutenant or whatever. Adam didn't even get to ask the fool like what department you was in. And then like it's just like he went there half ass. I ain't understand that. So let's see what else happened. So they go and like it's getting toward the end of the film. And he just saying fuck it. He finna go. Him and his cameraman finna go to the woods and all that stuff, and they just gonna film a piece and put on the documentary and yada yada yada. And so Adam already feeling salty, and he goes out there in the woods and shit. So he goes out in the woods and all the stuff, looking at, going in the hole, and he's being loud, and he's fucking around, and I'm just looking at him like, you finna get snatched. See, you acting a fucking fool, and you finna get snatched. And I'm like, I can't wait. Okay, here they come. Where the monsters at? Where the Marrows at? What's up? And so he loses a shoe, because I think one of the monsters snatched one of his shoes. And so, being loud, being whatever, and the old dude shows up. And he cussing, he pissed off, he mad and shit, like, what the fuck you doing here? And then, like, the cameraman dropped down, and you see this little ass, I don't even want to call it a midget, because it's about the size of the height of a little pug. Little mutant looking ass baby just run to the cameraman, and that's when all fucking hell breaks loose, bitch. You see one of the monsters, I forgot, because Drucker be giving these monsters name, but it's one of them look like they got a long paper bag over his head with eyes drawn on top. And then it's a couple of more, but they all run to the SUV, and Drucker got hemmed up. A big old monster hand got him. I thought they done snatched his ass out the motherfucking truck and shit. And they try to pull off, and there go the I want to call pumpkin paperhead looking motherfucking monster. He's standing right in front of the goddamn van or SUV, and next thing you motherfucker know, that motherfucker lift up the top part, and I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know if it's arms or goddamn spider legs or whatever, or them fucking wings, bitch. They were the most terrifying looking piece of shit ever. All the monsters are scary. They scary as the fuck. And then that motherfucker jumps on the goddamn van and shit, try to tear that motherfucker apart. And I for sure that goddamn monster went and tore that fucking SUV up and killed all of them. I was just like, oh my fucking God. Everybody dead. For real though, I thought they snatched Drucker. I thought they snatched that old ass man. And so they drive back, make it back to the to Drucker's house. That motherfucker pissed. He high. He cussed. He said, y'all done fucked up everything. Now they finna disappear. And he's saying, I can't lose them. I can't lose him. When he said that, and I thought, okay, what the fuck? You done lost the kid? That's what I'm thinking, like, he must have lost the kid. Gotta be. And so he basically tells them, get the fuck out, and all this stuff. And they talk about, like, they don't want to leave. And they said, we got evidence now, we could go back and do whatever. And Drucker want them to go. And so Drucker make this promise, like, all right, we'll do something in the morning, we get ready, we go out, do whatever. And all that stuff. And they leave. The Adam and his fucking cameraman leave. But I already knew Drucker was about to motherfucker with deuces. I already knew that nigga was about to go. And so they go back the next day. That house cleaner than a whistle. He done took everything, got all the boxes, the pictures, and all that stuff for everything. And he pulled, and like they go, it was this neighbor with pulling on. They said, hey, do you know who stayed here, Drucker? And she said, ain't nobody been staying there for a year. That house empty. Like that. Couldn't find out that motherfucker was squat. And so they go in there, and then they see the chain that's on their door that he can't lock. It was motherfucking locked. And so the cameraman, he all like, listen, fuck this shit, I'm ready to go. Let's go. And so they go on and go, right? And Adam like, I need to go see. But they open the door, and you smell nothing but shit. and you see chains and shackles from the motherfucking wall and floor and all that stuff. Drucker had somebody up in there. It's shit everywhere. Had spoons everywhere. I don't know where he feeding them. He had something captive. I said something. I ain't say someone. It's probably one of them monsters from the Marrow or whatever. And so they decided they gonna go back to the woods. And the cameraman said, fuck this shit, man. I ain't going back to no goddamn wood. And they said, go anyway. So they go, and the hole is covered up. It looks like it ain't never been dug out or anything. All traces gone. So a couple of weeks later, one of the cameras they had set up earlier in the movie, one of them had disappeared or whatnot. And so it shows Adam, that motherfucker looking distraught. He looking motherfucking scared as the fuck. And he basically said, I just got this in the mail or whatever, and I'm finna show you what's on here. And it shows like they're in this deep ass fucking tunnel. Look like a series of tunnels or whatnot. And you hear chains, and you hear noises and all that stuff. And it pulls up to this naked man that's in this cage. Come to find out, that is old man. That's the old fucking dude, y'all. He in there, he naked, he scared and all that stuff. And whoever's videotaping them, it's somebody's videotaping. He looking at the camera and he's saying, there's no Marrow, there's no monsters. Don't believe nothing I say, and yada yada this and yada yada that. Scared to death out of his mind. So ain't no telling what they're gonna do to his motherfucking ass. They're gonna kill him, have him as a slave, or whatever, torture him, all that stuff like that. Ain't no way to find him. How you gonna find him? Because Drucker said he believed there's motherfucking metropolis under the whole fucking United States, especially in near metropolitan areas. So ain't no telling where he's at. So they can't fucking find that man. So he gone. He gone for good. And so when here's something else with the video. So it shows the front of homeboy's house, Adam's house. And you walk in the house and all that shit. And you hear this heavy ass breathing. And the way the motherfucker walk like he dragging a foot. And I'm like, y'all don't hear shit? And all that stuff. Where this dog? And then y'all had a little prissy punky ass dog and stuff like that. Even them little ass prissy dogs, them motherfuckers bark or anything. My goddamn fucking dog will bark whatever. And she a goddamn fucking German Shepherd pit bull bitch. That bitch will bark at whatever. Dog and boy ain't shuffling through the house and finds the room where he sleeps at with his woman and all that stuff. Pans at the woman. Then I'm like, okay, that bitch naked in the bed. What? And Adam on the other side, they both dead ass sleep. That monster pulls the goddamn camera right in his face, right? Sits the camera on the goddamn motherfucking nightstand. And he goes, and you see his gnawed hand and all that shit. And like he goes to tap Adam on the face. And I'm like, nigga. Dude, you don't feel a certain change in the atmosphere, bro? You don't feel that energy shift, bro? You don't know when somebody in your room, bro? See, I sleep like that. Listen, I can sleep deep now, but when I feel a sudden shift, I pulls myself. It knocks me out of my sleep, and I go look and I jerk up and look around and everything. Maybe it's good he didn't wake up like that, because if he did it, they probably killed this fucking ass. But whatever he did, I don't know that the monster like picked up the camera and let it hit the table hard, or whatever he did, it basically shook everything, and them two shook a walk and shit like that. Ain't no telling what they saw. But that's how the movie ends. It's good. It's good. I liked the monsters, everything. I wish they had more monsters. It was good. It was kind of dragging at some point. Adam Green and all that stuff, he's a good director. I love Hatchet. I haven't seen Frozen. I haven't seen his other shit that he done. But I am a fan of Hatchet. It's a good movie. I like any movie with Ray Wise in it. Everything. I'm a fan of his. It's a good movie. I like it. Y'all need to watch it. Digging Up the Marrow. It's on Hulu. And I think y'all will enjoy it. And thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, hit that notification bell and all that stuff so you keep up when I post shit. Alrighty.